Texas wins this game 34-27. Some of the things keep rearing their ugly head, as you saw in this game, D4. We tried to give it away again in the second half. Tackling was an issue. What are your overall thoughts on this game?
Yeah, man, tackling was an issue. There was several issues that came to rearing its ugly head in the second half, of course, but we did everything we could to give that game away, but ended up holding on at the end. A big snacks got us a much needed turnover there at the end to seal the game, but I'm happy to come out of the win against a very very game Kansas State team.
Yeah, 100%. This is for sure a team I think is going to finish inside the top 25. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're very well coached, very disciplined for the most part, just a consistent all around decent football team. I have no issue with struggling, but the thing is, we weren't struggling. This was a 31-10 game in the first half. We scored 3 points in the second half. Again, the offensive play calling goes down the absolute crapper. I don't understand why. I don't understand what the issue is. And we've had issues in obviously with adjustments, and that's obviously the biggest issue. But the defense seems to make little adjustments here and there in the second half in the last couple of games, whereas the offense doesn't make any.
Yeah, on defense, we continue to give up that short underneath stuff that, dink and dunk down the field to beat us, 5-6 yards at a time. And, Deuce Vaughn, he showed why he's one of the best backs in the country, but I still think, regardless of record, that we have the best back in the country, and he showed that out today.
Yeah, he was spectacular in the first half. He was obviously good in the second half, but not great. But the offense as a whole wasn't. I mean, again, it's the play calling. Quinn Ewers didn't look as good again in the second half. Just overall, once we got out of the scripted play, Steve Sarkisian is great at scripting plays, but after that, he's really struggled here at Texas. I'm hoping he can turn that around at some point. And we can get better. We'll have to see if that's the case. Obviously, we're in control of our own destiny now. Like, we have a real shot. If we went out, we're going to make the Big 12 championship game, and it's going to be interesting from here on out. Obviously, a big shocker, Kansas beats Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State has not looked good ever since beating us. So that looks bad on us. It also looks bad on them, obviously, but that's a game that, looking back on it, we definitely should have won, and we didn't take care of our business.
Yeah, that'll haunt us going in the next year. We'll still be thinking about that game. Definitely one we should have won, especially with the offensive explosion in the first half. And you're completely correct when it comes to the non-scheduled plays. I don't know where his head goes, if he gets super conservative, if he wants to protect the lead. But I've said this once and I'll say it before, that was not his mantra coming into his coaching career at Texas. It was all gas, no brakes, and I've continued to wait to see that.
Yeah, it's more like all gas, no brakes in the first half, and then no gas, all brakes in the second half. It doesn't make sense. He seems like he totally gets away from being aggressive. A lot of this reminds me of Tom Herman. Tom Herman did the same thing. He would get leads. Now, it wasn't really a first or second half thing. It was more of when he got a lead over 2 touchdowns, he would take his foot off the gas. And you can't do that in this league, and you can't do that with the type of defense we have. I would understand if you have a top 10, top 15 type defense, like a Georgia type defense, fine. Get up by 14 points and cruise. We don't have that defense. That defense has not been here since probably the 2005 national championship team. So I don't understand why this needs to happen. I don't understand why he doesn't learn from these mistakes. Like I said, I see little improvements week over week and adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. I don't see that on the offensive side of the ball. He does the same exact thing in every second half.